I don't know, man. I don't
feel
know.
like I was sat in a call. I was just sat watching the match, and I was saying about how Japan in 2014 won the World Cup, and then the next year they were missing Marucci. They didn't have Marucci for the group stages, or for the entire tournament even. And then this year, Poland have won the World Cup, and now they don't have Wolf for the group stages.
It's just,
Is there a mirror there, or
does one player make that big a difference? I guess so, apparently.
Maybe to morale.
True. Especially when you start losing and you're then like, well, we haven't got our I guess I think I would go ahead and say Wolf is, the star player of Poland.
But even so, it's Poland. They're the second seed of this tournament. Surely they must have had something to fall back on if they didn't have their star player.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. What a group stage.
What a group stage. And what a volatile group stage. And this is just the start.
Oh yeah, we got so much more coming in the knockout rounds.
This is very much just the start.
I'm just ready for so many upsets that you think on paper, this team's got it, and then now we've seen this. Every underdog match, people are going to be like, yeah, this is our match. We can win.
And I mean, it's already been proven with Hong Kong winning their group and France going out with that one. Anything can happen. And now to have a top seed go out, not the top seed I would have expected to go out at all. In fact, none of the high seed.
It's crazy stuff. It's really crazy. Anyway, we've got 2 matches left of this group stage. We're going to bring you one of them: Spain versus Chile. Unfortunately, this match doesn't actually have any standing on who will come out of their group.
For glory.
It's for glory, yeah. Group E,
for glory.
Russia and Japan. Russia topping the Group E, and then Japan coming out second means that this match is just, as you said, for glory. But it just means that all the players got to have a good laugh. We got to watch some great warm-ups, starting with...
Great warm-ups. Some World Cup year warm-ups.
I'm assuming this is Spain's warm-up.
Who knows? Again, as I think Doomsday has been saying a few times, I'm British, so I'm woefully monolingual.
Yeah, I think as a nation we are very monolingual. I'm sure everyone who speaks Spanish is appreciating this. I mean, I'm kind of appreciating it low-key because it's just an interesting piece of art.
Oh my god, I hate to stick on that, but I can't believe it.
We gotta move on, Bubble Man. We got another game to commentate.
You're right. We do have another game to commentate.
We could easily spend the next hour just talking about how Poland's not in the World Cup.
You could spend the next day analysing on anything to do with this entire group stage. There's been a lot of upsets. There's been a lot of shocks. Roller coaster of a stage. And we move on. We wind down somewhat, I guess. Spain versus Chile. Chile, I suppose, coming into this in the better spot just because of their seeding.
Yeah, at this point, seeding is kind of irrelevant, I think, after what we've just seen.
Do you think Spain has... Spain?
Spare? Hello?
Sorry. I don't know where I got that from. Do you think Spain has what it takes to beat Chile, though?
Well, Chile, they have Mafi, who is the current rank 1
They do?
standard player. So that's pretty good for Chile.
Yeah, you've got to give it to them. They've got an anchor.
I mean, Chile doesn't actually have that bad a roster, right? There's Mafi, Danny Desu, Yumbata. These are all kind of pretty good tournament players.
Yeah, you can definitely recognize their names from a lot of places.
I think the biggest weakness with Chile is that most of their roster are DT players. And when it comes to the other mods, they don't actually have that much strength, which is why, despite having a roster with a lot of high-ranking players, they don't particularly do too well in these kind of tournaments. I mean, last year they went out in groups as well.
What about Spain, though? I do see some notable names on them. Do they have what it takes? Betwin, Bayoshi. You see, Betwin, he maps a lot. And typically, if you're a mapper, you don't play as often, but you still have the skill. You need the skill to test your own maps, really.
Yeah, I think the issue with Spain is that they actually just lack those, the top of the class players.
But it's group stage.
It is group stage, and obviously anyone, as we've just seen, anyone can test. Yeah, I mean, consistency is the end of the game here, but even then, you still have the top of the pool. They are more consistent, and that's why they're up there usually. Okay, actually, I think that was Chile's warm-up, because it sounds more Spanish to me.
Jeez. Again, woefully monolingual. This sucks.
Monolingual.
Don't get too much exposure to other languages.
The issue I think we have as Brits in learning languages is, what language do we learn? Everyone else is like, I want to, or even when they're growing up, it's like, I'm going to learn another language. Oh, I guess I'll just learn English, because that's what the rest of the world speaks. And for us, it's then like, well, what do we learn?
Yeah, you log on to the internet from anywhere in the world, and it's all in English, or some derivative of it. Thanks, LeetSpeak.
And besides, who needs to speak another language when Google Translate's getting better?
Yep, you're right. Just Google Translate everything. It's perfectly accurate 100% of the time. Don't worry about translating things you have written. You can just copy and paste it off the paper.
This is one hell of a background. Oh yeah, definitely. Just copy and paste. It's the future.
Who is that in the background? Is there any backstory to this? It's always tough as commentators, because you sit here and watch these maps and they have some relevance and they have some meme value, and you just can't tell. You can't say, oh, this is a meme because X. Also, an update on the Mexico-France match. Again, not much to play for in that, just a third place on a victory. It's once a tiebreaker. It's 4-4 right now.
Well, maybe it's because France are, not happy. They haven't made out of groups and are playing worse. But they needed. I think even if they managed to beat Taiwan 5-2, they would have had to 5-0 Mexico, and that would have been a real tough challenge as well. Oh, these streams.
Oh my god, Danny Dersi hitting every one of them.
Oh, I think we just had a team fail.
It looks like it. No, that was the end of the map.
Oh, okay.
Near FC, I think, from Danny Dersi.
I think it's just a sheer number of fails that happened. That's the last space stream. 95% is pretty impressive, I think, after just seeing that.
And with that,
be the
there go the
warm-ups.
warm-ups.
Yeah. To highest quality. You gotta love the quality that comes out.
Top quality. Perfect to send us off from groups.
Looks like Chile has rolled a 79. Pretty good roll. Usually above 50 is good in my books.
Well, yeah, for UK anyway.
If we roll anything over a 20, I'm pretty happy in the UK.
Although we did, I think on our first roll of this tournament, we did get a 90.
Nah.
Which we're not going to match ever again.
You're lying to me. Oh, the roll from Bayoshi is going to be in the 40s, which means Chile will pick first, which means the first ban will come from Spain. And I expect DT to be the ban here. Even if they're not the most speedy DT maps, which is what the Chileans would be better at, I still expect them to go for that as a ban. I don't know how either of the teams are on AR8, so I wonder if we'll see Pendulum banned or picked this match.
I think Pendulum might be a good pick for Spain. It might catch Chile. Although Solar, they choose to take that out of the pool instead. Confident on DT then. Or maybe confident that they can beat Chile's DT.
Yeah, as I said though, they are on the easier end of DT maps, which would be in the well within comfort range of all the players from Spain and Chile, I expect.
GG hidden. They do ban.
Oh, they do ban it, so no AR8 hidden. The entire hidden pool just nuked away.
They want to see notes.
I don't expect we'll see any hidden and then in the free mod picks if they come to that. Just see a board of hard rocks.
Oh yeah. Not even hidden hard. We don't like hidden. Well, I do, but the players in the lobby don't, seemingly. Either that or they just don't like the maps. Maybe not feeling confident on streams. Maybe not feeling confident with reading, which could rule out both of the free mods. They're both AR9, to my knowledge.
They are indeed. And I would almost say that Bress or Please Leave is quite like Solar in a sense, in terms of
Bress or Please Leave the premises.
Chileans have the first pick. They get to set the tone for the match.
They could start off with momentum. Or it could be a break point. Who knows? I don't anymore.
I think we've seen a lot of breakpoints this tournament. Just in general, actually, teams not winning their picks. And I think it's partly due to the fact that in group stages, you play against some teams that have very volatile rosters, I would say, that you just don't know what's going to happen.
Very rounded rosters. Anyone could come in, anyone could play any match. Which is definitely a good thing.
Definitely. Yellow Splash then.
Splash.
I think this has been the first pick for so many teams this tournament. It's almost like a comfortable...
Comfortable, but is it safe? I wouldn't say it's safe. Would you? I don't think I'd say it's safe at all. Because there's a lot of buzz sliders. There's about 3, I think, sliders start on a different tick. Very easy to slide a break, very easy to tap. A little too late. Not hit that timing window for the first repeat. Drop the slider to a slider break. Definitely interesting pick though. Possibly even rounded. There's a lot of streams, there's a few jump sections. And there's a few sliders to follow here and there as well. So yeah, I suppose you hit it straight on the head. Comfortable. I'm just looking for players to get into the room. We'll give them time to ready up and then we'll be getting into it. We do have Matty in the room. Current #1 leaderboard player. And this, I think, is your starting 4. Moewagen, Betwin, Insomnia Wolf, and Frosito. For Spain, against Yumta, the Dacox, Danides, and Mathy for Chile. and Yellow Splash with your last streamed match of the group stages of OWC 2018. And a slider break on one of them bus sliders already for Insomnia Wolf. That's not going to help his team out. It's going to give a lead, small lead to Chile. Of course, starting the map, it may not matter, and it doesn't. Yumta misses, drops on that stream. Insomnia Wolf, though, with the strong combo, is going to bring the lead over to Spain. There it goes, it flickers. That small drop at the start, he's holding strong, but a few more buzz sliders. And he could spell the end for any combo on the board. Accuracies are stable. Combos are strong and are building, and Spain have the lead right now. A few hundreds dropped by Mowagon. It's not going to matter too much with the combo lead, but that miss will. He drops. No combo for him, and is there enough time for Chile to come back? They have the full combos, they have the strong combo on Yumta, and it might be a case of them taking the lead back imminently. Just before the end of the map, possibly. They do, they take it. The last 100,000 points, every player, and they take it. Chile just snatched that one back. Unfortunate miss by Moewagen gives them the point. No slider ends missed on Frosito, but an early slider break on Insomnia Wolf and the miss on Moewagen. Only one on the board. Going to give Chile the first point. They nearly had it. But Chile fights back against the break. And Spain are now to pick. If every map's like that, we're in for a good match. Where will they go next? Chile picked Yellow Splash. It's a safe one to lead off with. It doesn't give much information over to your opponent because it's so rounded. There's a lot of skill sets used in there. It's difficult to tell exactly where someone's missed. So you don't know whether to pick streams, you don't know whether to pick jumps. And it will be green. Spain banning Solar, so they're not the ones fighting against reading. Rest, so please leave the premises, is pick.
Kick some ass.
They're going to try and take this AR9. 220 BPM pick. Put a point on their side of the board. As Faye said before, we are unfortunately having difficulties getting it connected to the voice server. Not much we can do about that, but as he said, there was a ban on Crush from Chile and a ban on Solar from Spain, both on Hidden, so I don't think we're going to see any Hiddens on the board for this free mode pick, although, who knows? It might be a blanket ban on Hidden just because they don't have a full roster that can play Hidden. Maybe individual players can. Going to be Matty staying in. Drops on the Chile side.
Hello, sorry about that. Seems to have a few connection issues.
I missed you.
Oh, bubble man.
I'm glad you're home. GLHF in the chat. You're just in time for the next pick. Rest, so please leave the premises. This is Bane's pick. Gonna see whether you're right, whether Hidden is completely off the cards, or whether there is an individual player that does want to pick it. I think Matthew might pick Hidden Hard Rock. He does. He takes Hidden Hard Rock, as does Helbig and Bayoshi. Forsito, Zax Raid, and Dacox all take Hard Rock. And Betwin and Insomnia Wolf with no mod.
I love the 4 mod from Chile. All 4 players taking a modification. Means that if they do manage to full combo, they're going to get so much more score than the side of Spain.
Yeah, there is a big score advantage. Just through mods. Ooh, early misses though. Saturate and Insomnia will both dropping modes. So if you cancel each other out, the accuracy from Saturate is going to keep his score below the no mod of Insomnia Wolf, and Spain take the accuracy lead.
This being Spain's pick would make you think that they feel more comfortable on this, and it's definitely something that the Quox is going to mix as well. Missed a couple of times. That accuracy as well from the 2 Hard Rock only players on the side of Chile.
Helbig drops that full combo he'd been carrying, which means 3 full combos and 1 high combo to just 2. Dacox hits 100 just on the break. Oh, but as I say that, just after the break, Prosito misses on that linear section. It's very difficult to aim that, especially as a tablet player. If you're a mouse player, there's no real, or at least I'd assume there's no real bias towards any position on the tablet, but the tablet player's corners are definitely a difficulty, a stretch, as you were. Dacox has missed again. Point lead firmly in Spain.
They got themselves 300k right now, and the lead's just going to keep on building. The accuracy advantage is massively over to Spain as well, as the Quox is down at 94%. Looking like a very solid pick from them. Oh, Yoshi misses right at the end.
Unfortunate. But the Hard Rock FC from Matty. 98.72, only 9 100s. Well done from him. And Betwin, though, boasting the highest accuracy in the lobby with his no mod.
That score difference between no mod and Hidden Hard Rock, though. Matty had about 200,000 extra points just from the Hidden Hard Rock.
Very scary. Very scary to go up against more mods. But is it scary? Will they be inconsistent? Will the mods throw them off? Who knows?
Score back to 1-1. We have a best of 7 on our hands. Pick back over to Chile. I wonder if they'll stick with the no mod. I still think that DT is a good option for them, featuring a very DT heavy lineup. Double time, fast boys.
Of course, they could surprise us. They could pick the maps that they enjoy playing. This is for glory. Of course. But no, they stick with what they know, Hokiboshi. the screen. We get into the map.
Maybe a keyboard double tap because the notes overlap each other. It can think that you've just pressed it way too early and causes you to miss.
Chile comes on Neon. It's not going to matter too much. Every other player, apart from Danny Desu, does drop, but the combo's not there. The accuracy's not there for Spain. Nothing to capitalize on that miss. And Moywagon drops the big combo he'd been holding just towards the end. Chile take 4 million points.
Yeah, kind of picked this one exactly how he expected it to, and I think off the back of this, I wouldn't be surprised to see the next pick for Chile being the second double time map. Just based on the accuracies alone.
Now where do they go next? There's 2 points on the board for Chile. Teams taking their picks. No breaks just yet. Could it be this next map that gets the break point on the board? Or are we going to type? Overlap in their center, so you can't just aim in the middle of them.
They have a very flow rhythm and flow aim to them as well. So usually once you've practiced this map a little bit, you get it quite ingrained into your head, but you can still quite easily miss.
A few changes come out.
You'll see Matthew drop out for Chile, actually.
Interesting.
Swapping out for the Quox. He's going to have to come back in.
I would have thought they'd have just sat Matthew in slot 4 and left it.
Maybe just as like this is a map that you can so easily mind block yourself on with those patterns.
Yeah.
Maybe you just got.
I agree with that. He does come back in.
He's done that just to make us look like idiots, hasn't he?
Yeah, maybe that's a valid strategy.
Just to mess with the casters.
Valid strategy. If you can't tilt the other team, tilt your casters. I think this was a good pick for Spain. Because I have been living somewhat under a rock in regards to this stage. Practicing a lot, doing a lot of commitments elsewhere. Haven't been able to follow it to the best of my abilities. I'm not sure how Chile perform on this, but I know Spain are strong.
Well, let's see how it goes as the good luck have funds are fired into the chat. Quite a slow ease-in intro, and then we'll get into the real nitty-gritty stuff. A map of 2 parts, the first one being overlap. Sort of semi-stream patterns with some triangles, and then into a more slider spam section.
Second part, cool one. It's the drop of the map, so the map drops quite literally to the bottom of the screen. Nothing above the halfway point, apart from the little click-clack. You get to see that in a bit. We'll see how players perform on it. There's a lot of interesting overlaps in that.
A couple of really early breaks for Spain, Mowagon and Insomnia Wolf. Not holding full combos any longer.
This one, not a long combo map. Attack rate, though, does drop. His accuracy is going to keep Chile in the lead. Wagon just can't keep it above 95 and does drop again, but Mathy drops. Just makes a slight misstep on that triangle and misses coming everywhere. Wagon, Insomnia Wolf and Neon all find drops.
Neither team showing any kind of consistency here.
Zacharade as well, and Wagon and Neon, and Chris, the only one to hold on for Chile. Whereas Betwin and Frosito keep their full combos for Spain and give them the lead back. We want this lead, they say. We're going to take it by force. And that they do as we come into the drop. We'll see how teams handle this.
Only thing keeping the scores somewhat close right now is the fact that Mowagon has a 94% accuracy.
And that's not going to help. Zach's rate does drop as well as Chris. There goes the full combo. Neon is building a combo and Frosito drops his full. Matthew now head of the Chile team. 400 combo and gaining, and Zach's rate misses again. And a miss for Insomnia Wolf.
Betwin's full combo is really carrying Spain here. The only comparable combo on the other side is Mathy.
Slight misstep early into the map, but I don't think it would matter too much. They are going to be bringing the lead back slowly in their favour with the high combo, but it's going to be a little too late. Spain drop a bit of accuracy. Might have been dangerous, but they take the point. Put another point on their board. 2-2.
Very solid pick for Spain there, as you said. Definitely in their favour. But the FC from Betwin was what really brought it home for them.
Neither side giving an inch. They're taking their points. They know what to pick. They know what to ban, seemingly. And now, where do Chile go? They have another DT. They have clock strikes as well, if they think they can out-act Spain. It's definitely an act pick is clock strikes. You want to be focused. You want to have that metronome. Follow it to the beat.
Yeah, I really like the idea of the second double time pick here for Chile. And I know Naki Cho, slightly more alternatey, more finger control-y sort of double time pick. Not quite like Hokiboshi, which they did manage to win on, but I still think it's more up their skill set than Spain.
I was going to say alternatey? How fast do you alternate?
It's more the finger control-y. Like you kind of, with doubles and stuff, you're using 2 keys as opposed to just single tapping the whole thing.
Well,
Unless you single tap the doubles, in which
I get
case
your point.
you've got a finger like a power drill. Or you're called Mo Yandere. Result from the other match happening right now. Canada has managed to defeat Sweden 5-0, which means that Canada will progress through.
They'll be the last team to lock in their place in the round of 16.
Asa and the boys.
Your boy Squapple.
Yeah, on loan from our Royal UK. So that's nice to see him go through. But yeah, that means that the round of 16 actually is all confirmed now with that victory for Canada.
Of course, we will be going over that in a bit, I'm pretty sure. However, for now, Spain, Chile into their 5th point, into their 5th map, and into Hana no Nakicho.
Yeah, as we expected, the second double time pick coming out from Chile. I expect a repeat of the first one. Very Chile-dominated performance.
I think it could... Again, I think it could go either way. I'm not sure how up to scratch Moewagen is on the faster picks, but maybe it was the high approach rate throwing him off. There's two very different maps in the DT pool. One's very standard, slightly higher in approach rate, 8.5, bringing it up to about 10. And then this one is AR8, which brings it up to 9.67. As well as OD7 instead of OD8, so it's a little bit easier, a little bit more forgiving to add. There's a little bit of finger control in it, as you said. There's a couple of doubles in the breakdown before the last PI as well. There is a quad or 2 to contend with.
I believe this map's sat around 215 BPM, so a little bit more comfortable in terms of the speed required. So Bayoshi's going to come in and fill that last spot for Spain. Bedwin seems to be the core player here for Spain. I don't think he's been swapped out a single map so far.
I think he did get swapped out for oh no, I'm blanking. What did he go out for?
Oh, he was swapped out for the other DT map, in fact.
Yes. Something I would have thought he'd have stayed in for, but maybe not.
Sometimes you just maybe don't feel comfortable on a map and you just ask to be swapped out for it.
Maybe it's mind block. Mind block can hit anyone. Any map, any mod. You can just sort of not really get why you're missing, not really focus enough to hit the notes.
Well, map 5 underway then. And we're going to see if Chile can repeat the last DC performance, get themselves back in front. Expect them to have the accuracy from pretty much start to finish. We see a lot of accuracy drops early. Moewagen once again and Dakwox.
But it is Hellbeak actually that gets the first miss. The high accuracy isn't going to count for too much without the combo to back it up. And Spain takes the lead. Chile's pick. This could be the first breakpoint we see of this match. There's a long way to go though. There's a long fight ahead of them. They've got to stay strong. They've got to quell their nerves. And they do up to the first break. We see an SS and Frosito. Good hack.
Yeah, overall from the team of Spain, much better accuracies. Moewagen managing, at least is keeping stable and not just dropping more accuracy as the map goes on.
Very close to missing there though. I think he missed a slider and did drop the 50. He does drop though, there goes the miss, and Moewagen loses his combo. Hellbeak though, 300 in the bank. Looking strong. Maybe just a slight miss up at the start of the map. And they're going to take the lead. As Moewagen misses again.
Yeah, Chile should take the lead any second now.
Maybe nerves getting the most of him? Seems to get combo and then sort of just drop a little bit. Maybe losing that focus. And the quads hit Moewagen and Bayoshi. One more to go, and Frosito misses as well, and Betwin the only one holding the combo through that section for Spain.
That'll be all she wrote for this one.
You don't know, it's a long map, but Chile do look stable.
500,000 points in the lead.
Misses though. It's not going to matter too much at the moment. Coming back with
bit of smoke.
Slight combos. Yeah. I don't see any other use for smoke really, other than the universal. I'm not happy with my what just happened. Not happy with my miss. It's rare that it's even used for drawings.
Yeah, not so much break art. We used to see a lot of smoke break art, but now it's just to show that you're upset with or angry at your performance. But a repeat of the first ET, then Chile will take the map number 5, put themselves back out in front.
But interestingly enough, only one FC on both sides. Mathy and Betwin, the two players to get every note, land that perfect and keep the S. Hierarch on Mathy, 99%. And Dreamcatcher, picked by Spain. Fire back with a map of their own.
Yeah, it feels like a pick they've had in their pocket. It's called out instantly by Bayoshi. Pretty standard, generic no-mod map with a few cut streams and some slightly larger jumps than you'll find in the rest of the
Before you have to release the slider, have to move to the next one. A little bit of a gap can be all it takes to drop 100. Drop slider end, miss a combo. Of course, if it happens more than once, you drop more combo. both teams taking their own points. 4 100s for Matthew. Going to be 992,000 points for him. 990,000 for Betwin with 6 100s. Neither player dropping a slider end. That was all accuracy based. And where do you think Chile go?
Both double time picks gone. Haven't seen much of the second free mod, Yume Maboroshi. I still don't see it being a pick in their itinerary. Maybe rewrite terrorism.
Do you think a team's going to break?
I definitely expect people to break.
I mean a point.
Oh.
Come on.
I think it's possible on any map. I think a lot of these maps are just 50-50.
Both teams have one pick left. They've got to make it count, really. Free mod DT.
Yeah, they are going for Yume Maboroshi, and I think they're just saying, "Can we play this with double time?"
That would be cool. Just imagine Matthew getting 1 million points, and the final scores being 1.2 million to. Oh, I don't know. I don't actually know how well people do on DT. I'm not too familiar with these players myself.
Matthew does all right.
Matthew does all right, though. I think we're all familiar with him.
Yep. Gonna see a very similar Spanish roster for this map. I think this might be the least popular map from the group stages. Not been seen in many matches this weekend.
No, it's relatively long. It's oh man, please send help. I can't do much. All I can do is sit and talk. I could talk at you if you want that kind of help.
Whisper motivational words. Guide him through this beat map.
Well, it's Chile's pick. They will need some form of motivation if they are going to take it. I think if I remember correctly, Spain did take the free mod map before. I think we're going to be seeing similar mods again. All hard rock on Chile, maybe.
You expect they'll go for it a second time? I mean, I guess it's AR9, and we've said that they don't. Oh, they have a roster full of DT players who do like their high AR. So yeah, maybe we will see another 4-man hard rock.
We will see, though. Of course, all for honor.
I expect to see something similar from Spain with the double no mod.
I think so. I think they're going to play it safe. I think they want this point. They're going to want to properly secure it. They're not going to play it any more risky than they need to.
Only difference in that Spanish lineup is that Mowagon is in place of Frosito, sorry. So one change in their free mod lineup.
I think that was in some free mod lineup. Yeah.
Big change for Chile though, actually. Pretty much every player is different apart from Matthew. And Daycox. No Hellbeak or Zaxtreed this time.
Yumta comes in for no mod. 2 hiddens taken for Spain. They do ban out the hidden and then choose to take it on free mod.
That's a really interesting choice, actually. But I guess this style of map is very different to that of Solo, which is the hidden map that they banned.
But also, maybe it's just that they can't cobble together a full team for it.
Very possible.
Maybe a couple of their players are happy to play hidden. On the other side, the Dacox, Neon and Matty, all with hard rock. Matty with the hidden on top of it. Yumta taking no mod, which is interesting. Why haven't they gone for hard rock yet? They seem to like it. Could it be that they're scared of Spain? Or do you think there's another reason?
That's a good point, actually. And this being their last pick as well, it's not like they can now go back and pick hard rock after. Maybe that they just can't find the accuracy on Harlequin to warrant picking it. Or Clock Strikes is just too much of a consistency map that they also didn't feel like going for it.
Consistency not being shown by Dacox, so maybe you're right. He does miss. Drops his combo relatively early on. This is a longer map. Just above 4 minutes, actually.
Yeah, one of the longest maps in the map pool.
The lead will flick back and forth, and with the combo advantage, Spain takes it in their favour. But a miss from Moewagen will send it right back. Dacox with 200 combo gives that combo advantage back to Chile. And they take it again.
Yeah, Chile do have a rather significant mod advantage with 3 hard rocks.
That's right, they can definitely afford to drop a little bit of accuracy. But not much, only a little bit more than Spain. Of course, neither team can afford to drop combo.
Still 3 full combos for each team. Just that battle in the top middle between Moewagen and Dacox.
The long stream, a couple of hundreds, and Moewagen misses again. It'll be incredibly detrimental to the other 3 players on the team full comboing. Strong combos over from Chile. Oh, or not, Neon drops the full combo he'd been holding, and now 3-2 combo advantage on Spain inherently, just through the fact that they've held their combos from the start of the map. The lead's slowly going to tick back over in favour of them. Of course, granted that they hold their combos, because the solo section players can drop. Typically the hardest section of the map, and Yumta does! The no-mod player for Chile misses, followed by Moewagen on the jumps. Betwin and Insomnia both collapse though, as does Maffy!
Neon and Maffy! Oh my days, was Bayoshi the only player to survive?
Quite possibly the only player with a combo left. Everyone I think has missed. Dacox might be holding his, but it's not quite enough to fight off that hidden combo. Or is it? It's very close, it's only 200 lacking. But it's very close.
Yeah, the mod advantage is keeping Chile in the lead.
And a miss from Moewagen again. That's not going to help.
Actually failed out the map just from completely whiffing that stream.
He's only pulling about 300,000 points for his team. Can they carry him through it? The combo from Bayoshi. Going to be bringing it slowly back to Spain, and that miss from Dacox is going to drop the combo. It's going to give Spain a humongous advantage, and the lead is ticking incredibly quickly back to Spain. Can they pull it in favour of them?
I think there's enough time.
The last few circles of the map.
This is going to be very close.
Spin to win. Not quite.
Damn, 20,000 so points.
Close. But Bayoshi just can't do it. The only player with the perfect, the only player with the FC, and the mod with hidden pulls 1.04 million points, but can't quite carry his team into that point, into that all-important break point, and now they're down. Chile on match point. Where do they go? Spain have to choose wisely.
Yeah, that one really came down to the mod advantage. There's a lot of decent combos on the side of Spain. In fact, they had the better combos overall. But the almost 2 whole mods, almost 2 entire hard rocks advantage.
Yeah, that might have been the difference. That might definitely have been the difference. And now where does Spain go? The only no mod left is Rayway Terrorism, and then they've got Hard Rock, Clock Strikes, and Harlequin.
I wouldn't dislike them going Clock Strikes here. But I wonder if just the mass Hard Rock is going to be too beneficial for Chile.
But will it? They have been avoiding free mods. Or they have been avoiding hard rocks.
Yeah, both teams have, though. And they're the only maps that are basically left, so we're either going to see no hard rocks, with Rewai being the final pick.
Either 2 mod pools completely stricken out. Completely ignored. Could the last pick be Raywide Terrorism? I mean, they did well on indifferences. They took indifferences. Put the point on their board, and Raywide relatively similar, I suppose. That it's a gimmicky style. They do take it.
I think this is a very risky pick. If they have to put Moewagen in for this, he's proved to be very inconsistent. And on a map like this, where the difficulty level is the same from the start to the finish, he's going to find himself a lot of misses, not really going to get that many points. I mean, I believe actually he can bring it back. He can bring it back.
He's going to carry this map. He's going to prove you wrong.
Let's go.
Map by Broccoli, this just below 5 stars. Don't let the low star rating fool you. It's a difficult map. Hard one to be consistent on.
Yeah, 280 BPM is really surpassing that point where people who are single tap players even find it comfortable to single tap. Overall, most people end up alternating, and for those who aren't full alternating players, adds a real level of difficulty to the map.
And of course, the pressure's not off yet. Chile have to take this to win. They have to take this to not go to tiebreaker. Spain proved consistent, proved strong on the no mod. And they've shown that they can take the tiebreaker if it comes to it. But as always, it's not over. Never over.
I expect to see a lot of misses from both teams on a pick like this. Could be a real back and forth. It will come down to those who get the bigger combos and how decent everyone can keep their accuracy.
Do you think there's going to be a lot of misses or a lot of slider breaks?
I think a lot of misses. I think a lot of the linear alternating patterns can be quite easy to not aim correctly.
Definitely very easy to slider break this. There's a few buzz sliders here and there. There's a few repeat sliders that you have to follow or you have to hold for just long enough to hit them. There's one difficult to time section in particular. But we're going to get going. Ray White Terrorism, the last pick. The last map to be picked in this group stage.
Yoshi's spinning his heart out. 34k on the spinner to start with. Going to give Spain a very reasonable lead at the start, but then him and Mowagon with the early break.
And again, missing twice in that intro. Could Chile capitalize? Of course, from this point onwards, if Chile full combo, no players miss, Chile are going to take it. Combo advantage is there, but Neon does drop it. It's now 3-2 with the high combos of Moewagen and Bayoshi. They can be pulling the lead back in their favour. Moewagen misses again though. Drops down to nothing. Bayoshi lacks slightly in comparison to an FC. All down to accuracy. Matthew still in. Moewagen and Bayoshi miss again.
Every full combo that Spain break is very costly to them.
Every small combo they break is costly to them, and costly indeed from Precito. He drops into Betwin. Betwin, their anchor, their solace. He holds strong, but he's going to take a lot of misses. He's going to take a lot of missteps from Chile. They look in control. Danny Desu does drop with 2 FCs still left. Cursed circles coming out from Danny Desu. He's not happy with his miss, but he is going to be happy to learn that they're in the lead. This break is coming up. Moewagen misses again, and everyone is going to see it. Everyone is going to see the state of this game. It could be match point. It could be over. Spain could make a comeback with a big collapse from Chile. We have yet to see.
Yeah, 450,000 points though, with only a quarter of the map left to go, is a very substantial lead. And despite Betwin's best efforts, looks like this will be the match point for Chile. It would require a very large upset at this point. Probably a fail from a Chilean player. And I really don't see that happening.
Betwin can't make this up on his own. He's got to rely on Bayoshi and Precito, but he's also got to rely on misses from Chile, all across Chile, and it starts to come out. Neon does drop. But followed by Moewagen. He just can't keep the combo going.
And they're having a real
Neon
tough time.
matching with Moewagen. And it's going to be, I think, too little too late for anything to happen. Yumta does miss, drops the full combo. Misses again. Nearly fails.
Did Yamta just miss the last note?
I think he did.
I think he just missed the last note.
Yep. To do so. The perfect from Matthew. 99.13% just beat out by Betwin's 99.27. And that's going to be GG for Chile. 5-3. They take it on the last point of the match, the last pick, the last possible break point.
Yeah, well played from the Chileans. They will take all the glory then in their group. Sadly, neither team do progress through to the round of 16. But at least they went out in style, managing to take down Spain. And that's it. That's the group stages all done.
We had a metric ton of action, upsets and drama